You're listening to Dave's Country Music Show on GTFM.
Welcome back to Dave's Country with me, Dave Spinace. I hope you're having fun, whether you're in the car or at home, or with your feet up or feet down, or wherever your feet are. Doesn't matter as long as you're comfy. For all I know, you could be rock climbing off the side of a cliff with your headphones on, or perhaps a big radio strapped to your back. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, it's important to me that you enjoy the show. So make sure you email me, mail@gtfm.co.uk. I will reply, promise. And chances are I may be up Snowdon again next week, but of course I will be back for the show. I've not missed one yet. Here's Glenn Campbell. Well, Glenn Campbell there and Country Boy. And, right, now we've got Sarah Jory coming up, interview I done with her. Oh, pardon me. And next we have an interview with Sarah Jory, the world-renowned lap steel guitarist that I mentioned earlier. She's touring with the Essence of Ireland group. And, she's a native of Reading. Where do I get this information from? Graduated to playing steel guitar at an extraordinarily early age of when she was 5. Played her first concert when she was 6 and joined her first band when she was only 9 years old. It's incredible, isn't it? And in 1978, Sarah was a feature artist on BBC Radio 2's Live from Golders Green, where she was backed by the group Poacher. It was also in 1978 that Sarah's dad noted an advertisement for a steel guitarist to join a 4-piece band called Colorado Country. And between 1984 and 2001, Sarah played major steel guitar conventions in the US on 13 occasions, and shared the same stage as Betty Edmonds, Lloyd Green, Paul Franklin. It was during these visits to the US, Sarah worked with country music stars Ricky Skaggs, Porter Wagoner and Gene Watson, Eric Clapton, Kenny Rogers, Glenn Campbell, who we've just heard, Charlie Pride and Daniel O'Donnell, as well as winning the BCMA Female Vocalist 8 times and European Entertainer of the Year 10 years in a row. Here she is, it's Sarah Jory. So you started from a young age?
I did.
What age you started?
Started playing piano at 3.5.
Right. 3.5.
Yeah, and then went on to guitar, or Hawaiian steel, when I was 5.
Can I ask why? Because it is...
God knows.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. I don't know. My mum and dad worked very, very hard to put me through a private school. I went to a private convent school from the age of 3.
Right.
And it was there. I guess back in those days, the classes were a lot smaller. It was definitely more one-to-one tuition, and they picked up on children's abilities, if you like. And my parents came to an open night one night at the school, and the music teacher said to them, "Your daughter's got a very, very uncanny flair for music. You know, she can sing in tune. She's knows rhythm." And to me, he said, "And I don't see that." He said, "Hardly ever." He said, "In a child this young," he said, "you know, you should really try and encourage it if you can." And there's no music in my family at all. My mum's dad, so my granddad on my mum's side, who died long before I was born, apparently used to play the piano. But my mum and her brothers and sisters were never interested in playing. And my dad's dad sang in the Cornish male voice choir. But I only knew him very briefly before he died. So whether it skipped a generation
very often it does, doesn't it?
and landed on me, I'm very glad it did, because it's never felt like I've actually learn something, you might, I mean, yes, of course. Oh, sorry, practicing. Please excuse. That's our crew in the background, being children. Yes, because I have actually made you come outside and interview me in the
I'm glad I
cool
brought my
air.
big
The cool
coat
air,
down.
yeah. But no, there hasn't really been a time when I haven't played music. And it's been the most natural thing in my life, and I still practice. I love practicing, you know, and I still try and improve myself as a musician and a band member.
I think it could be said that you're very lucky to discover something you really love and you're really good at such a young age. Very few people manage that.
Yeah, I know. I look at a lot of my friends who are in jobs that they absolutely hate, and the way I look at this is the money that we earn is for all times like this, like now, you know, loading up the trucks, driving. I won't probably get to bed till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
It's what everyone
Sleep
doesn't
in the
see,
truck,
isn't it?
yeah, exactly. But that's what you get paid for. The on-stage bit, that's the bonus.
That's it.
You know,
you enjoy that. That's your night out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
So why the lap steel?
that was by accident, really. My dad took me, because we were living in Exeter in Devon at the time, and our local music shop, Bill Greenall's, which was on the main 4th Street Hill, was a huge music shop. And as you went into the main doors, you had all the woodwind stuff and violins, all the rest of it. And apparently I walked straight past that and turned left and ended up in the guitar section. And nobody directed me or anything, you know, 5 years of age, and like wandering around the guitar area. And I pointed to a little lap steel, 6-string lap steel that was leant up against the wall. And the sales assistant came in and he said, "She pointing at that?" So my dad said, "Yeah." So he said, "We haven't got a clue about it." He said, "Apparently it's a Hawaiian steel." He said, "Somebody bought it in, traded it in for a piano accordion." So I don't know who got the best deal there. But he said, "You can have it." He said, "Take it home on a few weeks trial. If she likes it," he said, "we'll do a deal on it." He said, and that's exactly what happened. My dad saw the legs off a coffee table. He worked for Coca-Cola, so I had a fruit juice case turned upside down with a cushion on it, and then play my mum and dad's records, because they listened to all the traditional country stuff, you know, Patsy Cline, Jim Reeves, Hank Williams. So maybe it was that. There was some recognition between what I was hearing.
Yeah, you connected it all up.
Yeah, I think so.
And
I think if you have a natural, if there's something inside you that is artistic in some way, whether it's painting or acting or dancing, you know, like the dancers that we work with.
It's going to come out at some point.
Absolutely.
And then there's the opportunity. Some people never discover it till late in life, do they?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
But you
And
were
I
lucky
was
in a
lucky.
sense. Yeah. It was going to come out.
Yeah.
It was definitely going to come out, but it's just...
And I'm glad it did when it did, because
Yeah.
by the time I got to like 16, 17, I left school, sat all my exams and everything, left school, and the day I left school, went and played a gig. I mean, I've been playing regular gigs since the age of 9, because I joined a band when I was 9 years old, a little local band, and we were working 4 nights a week, which of course, you know, isn't the way the system works now, but it's been a regular thing for me.
You kind of missed out on your childhood a bit then, you feel like?
I don't
Busy from
know.
day dot.
Yeah, I don't know, because I had a fun childhood, you know. I was doing something different. I found it quite difficult at times to... Bye-bye, bye-bye, gang. We're on the radio. On the radio, say ta-ra.